John, you mentioned it earlier about this team. You just love the experience. It's one of your most experienced, obviously, groups you've had. Does it make you feel a little bit more comfortable going in, knowing that you maybe try some things with these guys, push them a little bit harder than you have been able to?
Well, it's a special group, and the makeup is great. The leadership is wonderful, and everything else just kind of moves forward from that. Our kids have great skill level, but at the same time, they're very committed to each other. They're committed to wanting to win championships. So we're excited about this. And after practicing for 5 weeks, I think our kids are very excited about the opportunity to get on the field and compete against each other.
You know, you're going to miss some guys like Stratton, obviously, but you mentioned in there maybe a couple of guys that you see that similar path they've taken, like Stratton did, where he had that big jump from that year. Maybe break down a couple of those guys for me.
You know, certainly Brandon Woodruff comes to mind as one of those guys. Brandon's a very talented young man. He spent some time in the Cape this summer. He's somebody who can step forward. You got to mention Kendall Graveman. You know, I think he was the pitcher of the week in our league once or twice. He's somebody that we think can lead our pitching staff, do a great job. Trevor Fitch is a young man who we feel like can step forward and do some things. Certainly, Ben Bracewell is somebody that we need to be healthy. And again, he has had 15 throwing opportunities this fall, and he's posted for every single one of them. So, we're excited about that also. So, we think there are a lot of candidates. But you're right, somebody's got to step forward. Chad Gerardo had a great summer this summer in the Cal League in California. So, one of those guys needs to step forward, and we have every bit of confidence. You know, last fall we didn't know who it was going to be, and of course it was Chris Stratton among others. And, you know, with the second best ERA in America, we had a lot of guys besides Chris Stratton, but certainly he was the guy who is the first-round pick and the All-American who got most of the recognition.
Wes Ray on Thursday morning tweets that what tells the fans to book their hotel rooms in Omaha. You see that a lot across the SEC with players. You mentioned it earlier about how if you're in the SEC, you expect to contend for a national title. But what makes this group you feel like not only do they believe that, but they can do it this year?
Well, as I mentioned before, it's a lot like being a parent. You want your kids to dream big, and you want them to achieve all their goals. But at the same time, every single day presents a different challenge. You know, you can't, you can't become an engineer without, every single day grinding through some math and some science. So that is our goal. We want to win the whole thing. We feel like a lot of the pieces are in place to get to the very highest level of college baseball. But we have a lot of work to do to get to that point. You want your kids talking about that. But at the same time, we got to do a lot of things to make that happen.